Hi, welcome to Goshen High School Tour. If you're just joining me, this is my channel, Goshen Heights, and we sew fitting clothes here. We use a pattern known as the LUTTERLOH pattern. If you're joining me, this is the first time of joining me, I would advise you go and watch the first video before this one, because we started that video on how to trace the pattern for this dress. We are making this dress, and in that video we have already traced the upper parts of the dress, upper front part of the dress. In this video, we are going to continue to trace the lower front part of the dress. That is, we are going to trace this part of the dress, this lower part. That's what we are going to trace now. And I'll fold my pattern. This is what we are going to trace this year. In 2 videos before now, I explained what all the alphabets on this pattern is for, and I explained why you must transfer all your alphabets directly to your pattern after you finish tracing it, before you cut it, before you lay it on your cloth to cut it. Without wasting much time, let us get down to business. Let me turn my computer so that you see what I'm doing. Remember, what with the LUTTERLOH, you need only 2 measurements. You need your bust measurements, you need your hips measurements. And my bust measurement is 98, and I use my bust measurement to trace the upper part of the dress. Because I say it, and I'll continue to say it, when you're using LUTTERLOH, your bust measurement, you use it to trace anything from your shoulder to your waist. And then your hips measurement, you trace anything from your waist down. So now we are going to trace from waist down. So I'm going to use the hip measurement. And my hips measurement is 116 centimeters. To convert the centimeters to inches, divide it by 2.54. Divide your centimeters by 2.54 to get your inches, in case your tape, you're working with inches. So let's get down to business. I will get my pin. I'll get my LUTTERLOH special tape. I'll look for 116 along this part of the tape. This is my 116. I put it there. That's my 116. And then I come to the cross on the pattern that I want to trace, and I put my pin on that cross. Then I put it on my board to trace it. Now, to make it steady so that it will not be rolling around, just sellotape 2 parts of the pattern with the sellotape to the board. Just 2 parts, not too much, so that when you're removing it, you will not tear it. The sellotape also comes with the LUTTERLOH pattern. We are done with that. We are now ready to start tracing. I want to start from here, 38. I have my marker, so I'm going to start marking. My first number here I'm starting with is 38. And 38 is right about here. 45.5. It's round about here. I hope you're seeing me. I brought it up a little bit so that you can see what I'm doing. 45.5 is around there. The next one is 49. 51. 51.5. And 54. The more you watch this, the more you become more flexible in using this pattern. And then we have 15 all the way here. 15. 19.5. Oh, my sellotape is following this thing. 19.5 here. 15. Make sure you align your ruler according to that line exactly. Another 15. Another 15. 18.5. 24. And that is the last. That is the last, I think so. Let me look at it very well. Yes, let me see. The first one here was 38. Yes. So that's the last. We finish our tracing. We have finished our tracing. So the next thing is to just join the curves together according to the book. Join your curves together. Join your curves together. So let me start here. As you can see here, I think I need to remove this. Be careful when you remove this so that you will not tear your pattern. You might want to use it again. As you can see here, this dot to this dot, you can see it's a little bit, it's curved. This is your side. This is the side of your hips. So it's a little bit curved. So we're going to use this acrylic ruler to be able to join those two curves together. Let's make it from here. Good. and from there down is straight. You can see from that curve down is straight. So just make it so. Music while we walk. That is ready. The next joining is here. This is a curve. You can see this is a curve. So I'm going to need this. I'm going to use this to curve there. I'm going to try and adjust it so that all the dots will enter. Let me keep this here. Cutting our curve there, and then the last part of it is straight, is a straight one. So just join it to that place. It's straight. Straight again, here to here. Now let's look at here. Now they're showing you that from here to here, there's a facing. There's a facing here from this dot to this dot. On the curved part, from this dot to this dot, on the curved part, there is a facing up to the end. So what we are going to do now, from this dot, from this one to this one, there's a facing. Just draw a straight line first from that dot to the third dot on the curve. As you can see, the third dot on the curve. So that is 1, 2, 3. To this dot. 1, 2, 3. One, two, three, 4, 5. This is 3. That is our facing for the skirt. Let me join this place to this place. Then this line that I've just drawn here, that is where we are going to do a kind of top stitch on the skirt. This is the top stitch on the skirt. I'm just doing that line again to remind myself when I'm sewing. This is the top stitch on the skirt, but the facing itself starts from here plus an additional 3 centimeters from the top stitch. There's a 3 centimeters here from the top stitch, so we measure from here, get 3 centimeters from there, just make 3 centimeters here to here. That's 3 centimeters. And that is where the facing actually is. So what we'll do, we'll just trace it round as it is there, as you can see. See the way the facing runs from here down here, and here is 4 centimeters. That is here at the end of the skirt. Let me lift up this a little bit. At the end of the skirt here, we measure 4 centimeters according to what is in our pattern. Just measure 4 centimeters here. Let me do another 4 so that I know how I'm going to join it together. I'm measuring 3 centimeters so that I know that this is where my facing is going to stop when I'm doing my cutting, the facing for the lower part of the dress. All I have to do, yet is cut it out. All I have to do yet. Are you following me? I hope everything is clear. If you have any questions, just ask, and I will answer all your questions as soon as I can, as fast as I can, as simple as I can. Here is written VM. You don't know what VM stands for? Just go to the symbol page and find out what it stands for, and you get it there. I think that's all. So this is our facing. The whole of this is the facing. This here is where you sew a top stitch to hold the facing down, because the dress is the skirt part of the dress looks like an overlap. It's an overlap. Good. Now these 3 dots, 1, 2, 3, has to do with that. It's a dot on the dress, so we just do it the way it is done. And here is an E, and here is a ST. But again, I think I am done. It's just to add this to this and this to this. and then just draw it and know that everything on the pattern, please do not ever forget to transfer it. No matter how small it looks, it's very important. Those little things is what actually gives you the fitting. That's what gives you the fitting. I think we are finished with the skirt. So this is A, D. And the drill is down. I think I've transferred everything I need to transfer. Everything is okay. Yes. So, thank you so much for listening. I hope you followed, and I hope you've cut your own front part of this our pattern. I hope you've cut yours, because I want you to follow me. Just like you followed me in the last dress, follow me as we make this dress. As I said, this my website is just to show you the simplicity of using the LUTTERLOH system to cut and make a dress. I do not film how I sew the dress, but I just show you the cutting. Then when I finish sewing, I now wear it and show you the fitting. I will not bore you to show you cutting, sewing on machine and all that. But once you know how to sew, this makes life easy for you. You can make your clothes. You can make clothes for your cousins, for your children, for your husband, for your sisters and brothers. The LUTTERLOH system can be used even by a beginner, somebody that is just learning how to sew. In fact, it's even better for a beginner, you know. Thank you so much for listening. So in our next video, we are going to trace the back part of this our beautiful dress. Remain blessed.